Okay guys, so after this local assist pipeline was announced, I was wondering whether you can do it when using a container, Home Assistant in a container, and it seems like to this day there is no real tutorial on how to do this, so I've been poking around myself, and yeah, that's how it goes. So what you need is you're gonna need running Docker, and also you have to run the Piper and Whisper all in separate containers, which will then perfectly connect to the Home Assistant, to your Home Assistant instance. So yes, let's start. This is basically my Home Assistant here, and I've already connected Piper and Whisper, which I've created 2 times because I have 2 voice assistants for now, which is one is German and one is Russian. Yeah, and what we have to do now is basically pull the containers and just connect them, add them as a Wyoming integration in your Home Assistant container. So I'm gonna use Portainer, which runs on this machine. By the way, my Raspberry Pi, my Home Assistant is running on a Raspberry Pi, and it's a nightmare to use the Whisper integration there because like it's so slow, and if you use like this tiny int8, it won't understand you. It's just pointless, at least for me. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is, as I have multiple Whisper and Piper containers, I'm gonna create another one, and I'm gonna basically copy this stack, which is basically a Docker Compose file, and let's see, just create a new one. We call it Whisper English for now. So as the other ports are, the standard ports are occupied, and I already have a container which is named that way, I'm gonna bypass that and just assign and rename accordingly, and just deploy the stack. So, oh, now I did some wrong stuff already. Wow. Okay, so we're going back into the stack. So the language will be obviously English. So I changed the name, but I hadn't changed the language. So here we go. So no log file. So now it's going to download. By the way, I'm using here the biggest voice model, which is the medium int8, as far as I know. And I'm running here because I'm running it on this machine, because like if you run it on Raspberry Pi, it will take forever. So I'm here on like 10 core Intel Line 9, which is basically like X2099 system, and yeah, it's a bit old, but it still does and goes and does all the cool stuff. So I'm just looking up 10.6. So then I take Piper, create a new stack with Piper English. Yeah. That's that. Let's rename some stuff, and going with 6 here, and also English. Yeah, so yeah, here is it. Let's choose a language model. English, low, high. So no, this is British one. Just enter high. English US, Ryan.
A rainbow is a meteor. A rainbow is a meteor.
Okay. This guy sounds pretty good, so we're just gonna copy that and enter this here. So I think oh, deployment error. Bind port is already allocated. Wow. So we're going with the 7 here. So, and you'll notice also in the Docker dashboard, you can also see the containers. Here it is, ready. And the Whisper one, let's look that up. Make sure it's also ready. So now I'm going to my Home Assistant. And I'm just going to add like the Wyoming protocol. And I'm just going to enter the IP of this machine, or I forgot a number. Yeah, and it will be 1060 600. So faster Whisper, which we will rename Whisper English. Here we go. Then I'm just going to rename the entity to Whisper English. Boom. And the other was the Piper one. So Wyoming again. 68 to 105. 10 700. Right? Right. So this one we're gonna rename to. And also when I ran it on my Raspberry Pi, basically on the same machine, I'm running the Home Assistant instance. I will constantly get like timeout errors. So now my mouse got disconnected. That's also nice. So we're gonna name it English and select English and English. So yeah, basically for every voice model you have to make a container.
Hello, how can I assist?
Yeah, I'll basically create that, and let's expose, or like giving aliases to some lights. And here we going to let's call it desktop. And no more. So, and one should be enough. So let's going right to the debug here. Oh, it won't let me because like I am not secure connected. Voice assistant. So let's try that again. No runs. Debug. So turn on desktop.
Turned on light.
Turn off desktop.
Turned off light.
Yeah, you see my like CPU is like instantly raising.
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, cool. So let's take a look at it again. So it's like about like 55% loaded. And now we start talking. Turn on desktop. And like immediately 25.
Turned on light.
Yeah, but it gets me pretty good, so we're good here. Yeah, and that's it. That's how you set it up on the container version of Home Assistant.